Charlie Cooke is a self-made businessman and a model for the budding entrepreneur. Over a career that spans 50 years, he's been involved in starting and supporting a number of companies across the Maritime provinces and primarily here in Prince Edward Island. He's especially identified in the business field for the creation of the Insurance Company of Prince Edward Island, Atlantic Adjusting and Appraisals Limited, and Maritime Finance and Acceptance Corporation. Born in Kensington, PEI, Charlie is one of 3 children of Gordon and Mildred Cooke. He married his wife Joan, a registered nurse, 47 years ago. They have 3 children, Jeff, Shelley, and Stephanie. In 1976, Charlie started up this family enterprise, the C&C Drive-In Restaurant. The whole family pitched in to work at the popular Cavendish location. Daughters Shelley and Stephanie, who worked as the restaurant car hops, in later years became underwriters and managers with the Cooke family insurance business. Son Jeff, whose specialty was scooping delicious ice cream treats, now is the president of Cooke Insurance. Charlie explains the importance of having his children grow with the company.
You know, the important thing in business is to trust people. Trust, if anybody asked me what so many words would be, I would include trust right at the top. Having my children there with the trust I know certainly makes you very successful. We've just brought in the 3rd generation. My granddaughter, who is now 20, has started to work at Cooke Insurance along with going to university, and I have great pride of thinking of her coming into the business.
In the early years of business, it was Charlie's wife Joan who was trusted with providing the family income.
Once this was announced, I received a lot of letters congratulating me on this appointment, but in each letter, they all said, because I had someone behind me, that's why I was so successful.
Charlie's first major break came in 1976 with his appointment as a Lloyd's of London broker.
So it meant that I had to fly to England, and then of course I went in front of a selection committee, and that committee then was the one that actually gave me the right to go ahead and write policies for Lloyd's. Now, what really happened is we issued the policy right in Charlottetown. We issued the policy locally, which I thought was extremely important. And as such, that more or less led us along to operating and to forming our own company.
In recent years, Charlie has expanded the business with over 220 licensed agents in 40 offices throughout the Maritimes. This successful businessman has continued to be focused on the horizon, and through his efforts over the years, the Insurance Company of Prince Edward Island has emerged into one of the largest insurers on Prince Edward Island.
If you're going to be successful at anything, I think it's imperative that you work hard. It wasn't uncommon for me to be in the office 7 days a week. I spent a lot of money on advertising and sales promotion. And I think that if you had to ask me why I was successful, I would have to say pretty much it was because of those people that are involved in advertising and promotion.
In fact, Charlie was one of the first to have commercials produced for advertising on local television. Equally impressive has been the growth of the company from assets of $3 million in 1993 to $32.8 million in 2008. The Cooke Insurance Group, with its head office in Charlottetown, is recognized as one of the top 101 companies in Atlantic Canada.
Because really what it's showing for us is our value. If you come into us and want to insure your house, you want to make sure if the house burns that we've got sufficient funding. And not only that, you'd like to see the color of our eyes too. And I think that's why having a local company like we have, they put the trust in you. And that's why it's important that we do those things within the community.
Charlie's involvement in his community and his support for charitable organizations could fill several pages. From Rotary Club to junior hockey, from golf tournaments to the 1991 Canada Winter Games, Charlie Cooke has been a tremendous support. Cooke Insurance and the Insurance Company of Prince Edward Island are major contributors on a continuing basis to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital Foundation, UPEI, Holland College, United Way, Crime Stoppers, Boys and Girls Club, and the list goes on and on. Charlie is always eager to lend his support and his advice.
Well, I think that education is so important, and I think that what you do is you get a real good education at first, and you just continue. You can never get enough education, believe me. And that's the word. And I think the other thing too is the word trust is what I sort of suggested to you. I think that what you do is you should spend a lot of time understanding trust. Know who you can trust and who you can't, because that's very important to you. I think that really success means looking and fixing solutions. In other words, if you've got problems, how are we going to fix them? And I think that successful people fix problems.
It is with great respect and pleasure we welcome Charlie Cooke, outstanding businessman and community benefactor, as a member of Junior Achievement Prince Edward Island Business Hall of Fame.